Hey beautiful, welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. It's your girl Farida, also known as Curly Proverbs. You can also call me your resident hair growth hype woman. That is me. But we are not just about the hype around here. We are also about real results for real people. And thank you so much to these viewers and subscribers who supported by letting me know when they tried the recipes that they have actually been working for them. Please be sure when you try the DIY in this video to come back, holler at your girl and let her know what's up and how this recipe worked for you. So without further ado, of course, we are on that hair growth hype, but let me tell you, I have selected a lineup of 3 hair cleansers slash shampoos that are really going to put you in good stead for extreme hair growth, because they are not only known for their follicle loving and stimulating benefits, but also for strengthening the strands so that you make sure that you hold on to those ends as well. Because let me tell you, when you are going through the shampooing and cleansing process and your hair is wet and your cuticles swell open, you are literally at a place where you can make or break your routine, where you can literally promote hair growth by utilizing the lifted cuticles to impart good nutrition, or making your hair a tangled, super soggy mess that's bathed in a cocktail of chemicals. I mean, I don't know which sounds good to you, but I know what I'm choosing, okay? But without further ado, let's get down to business. So this is the recipe number 1, simple as simple can be. You need to tap into your Ayurvedic powders here, just a single spoon of your powder and a single spoon of your shampoo. That is all that this is. I am going for Amla. Now I've literally rinsed my last bag of my own Amla. I've got some in this glass here, but I'm gonna go for my Amla and Bringraj. But yeah, pure Amla would be what I would grab for this. So you just want to grab your hair mask of choice. I'm going to have my hair masks linked below. You can definitely check that out. But here, minimalism is key. I'm literally putting 1 spoon of Amla powder and 1 spoon of traditional cleanser. Ah, man. I am in the right business, because just thinking about that hair growth potential, you know what I'm gonna do though? I'm gonna add to that some essential oils. Okay guys, so go in with your essential oil. At the moment, I have been loving basil, amazing for your hair growth. Peppermint is also good, so is rosemary and lavender. I'm gonna go in with about 3 to 5 drops. And in any routine, let me tell you something, whatever you've put together, you are guaranteed to elevate your hair growth game and your hair nutrition game by including a quality essential oil. So I'm just gonna go ahead, mix that up into a paste, but I'm adding water to make it a manageable paste for the hair. And you're gonna see the bubbles are starting to form. What's really good about this is, of course, look, you are applying herbs directly to your scalp, and hopefully you're giving it a little bit of a rub. It's giving you a little bit of the whole exfoliation action. So give that a good mix. Oh, it smells so good. But in any case, if you didn't know, guys, I mean, there's article after article, journal after journal talking about the benefits of Amla on your hair follicles, regenerating hair follicles, thickening the diameter of hair, accelerating hair growth, and decreasing scalp visibility. So those are things that have actually been measured in actual studies and have been shown to be the case when people use Amla. So you go ahead and you cleanse your scalp, cleanse your ends as you normally would, but really focus on the scalp and make sure that you cleanse your hair from the roots all the way to the ends. And whilst your cuticle is lifted and whilst your hair is in its wet state, you're going to maximize what is being absorbed into your hair. and your scalp. What you don't want to do is you don't want to have your follicles wide open. Your scalp is wide open, your circulation, your vasodilation, because you're in the shower. That means your blood vessels are closer to the surface, more able to absorb what is applied. Your cuticles wide open, ready to receive goodness, and then you just jam it full of like a cocktail of chemicals that strip your hair, dry it, and even worse, could be carcinogens, etc. So yeah, really really be careful with that washing phase. So that's recipe number 1, herb shampoo. Boom, done. Recipe number 2, guys, do you watch Belief in Fatherhood? Oh my days, they just reached 1.1 million subscribers. Yay, I'm obsessed, guys. Definitely check them out. Shout out to Belief in Fatherhood. Welcome Black. Love it. All right, guys, dream team lineup. If you don't know, you know, you've been here for a minute. Fenugreek is boss. I mean, levels unmatched for hair growth. We're going to talk about that in just a second. But also we got Shikaikai. My mother-in-law is Punjabi. She pronounced it Shikaikai. I don't know, but she's like, she swears that's how you're supposed to say it. Maybe the is silent. Shikaikai. Did you know that? Anyway, I've been using this for like 9-10 years on my channel. I remember one of my first videos that actually did really well was when I made the Shikaikai hair growth tea, because people kept coming back to that video to say that it had worked for them. That really did help to start building up, you know, notoriety and social trust in actually what we're talking about here on the channel. So I'm always be grateful to that herb. But also a newer addition is Sidra. I've actually, again, I've done an in-depth video on this. Please be sure to check it out. I did a comparison between this and also well-known Ambuno for being hair cleansers and the general properties. So let me check it out. Here we go. We are about to fill up. Our bowl with this little mixture. Okay, so I'm going in with a spoon of Sidra, which of course does bubble. That means that it works as a surfactant. It actually binds and removes excess oil, and it's effective in that sense. Shikaikai, guys, listen, from application number 1, you will feel strength in your hair. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna put in half a teaspoon of Shikaikai. Absolutely adore that. And then I'm going to go in with Fenugreek. It needs no introduction. Mate. High in lecithin. And interesting facts about Fenugreek, some people smell it kind of like maple syrup and other people smell it more like a spice, and that's actually traceable to your genetics as far as like how you interpret the smell of fenugreek. So it's always so interesting when people give feedback on the Curly Proverbs powders, because the blends both contain fenugreek. Is always really interesting hearing people's perspective on actually what the smell of the powders and in fact the fenugreek elixir actually is. So I'm just going to put those to the side, and here we have a wonderful blend which is not going to have any shampoo. I'm just going to add some water and we're going to use that as a cleanser. All right, I'm gonna go in with my essential oils. Where the heck did I put my essential oil? Again, there's a range of essential oils that you could look into. That's a bit more than 5 drops for you. Right, so essential oils. So if you are having issues with things like alopecia or very much slowed hair growth, I would highly recommend this blend, particularly because fenugreek, for example, is really good at helping with androgenic alopecia and hair loss that is based on hormonal imbalances. Also, fenugreek contains lots of the hair growth essential micronutrients and minerals such as zinc, such as iron, manganese. You got your lecithin, you got your amino acid, all really good stuff. And there's a good deal of slip to this particular mixture, particularly if you go in and use something like aloe vera juice. That's also really wonderful for mixing into this cleanser. And I really wanted to focus on the benefits of fenugreek. Like in my mind, fenugreek and amla are both like follicle resurrectors to me, like literally bringing follicles back from literally the dead. Obviously not every time, and obviously the longer you have had the issue with that particular patch of hair growth, the more challenging it is to reset. But the sooner you can get in and try to reset, or as soon as you start to see something is amiss and you go in and you start employing things like fenugreek powder, you really will see things begin to turn around. And I don't know if you're able to pick this up, but when this is dropping, you'll see a little bounce back. I don't know if you're seeing that. That jelly-like bounce back and texture is imparted by the fenugreek and is an indication also of the slip of the product as well. Many people don't know this, but fenugreek also contains saponins, which bind oils away from the hair and really helps to cleanse, and it also contains flavonoids as well, both known to play a role in healthy scalp and hair growth too. So yeah, as I said, there is also mad strengthening. Definitely be sure to check out the in-depth video focusing on that. I'm going to have that linked right here. And yeah, support my channel by checking out some of my other content. So this again, you would apply from scalp to ends. Make sure you thoroughly saturate and rinse your hair through. Remove that excess, excess buildup that has, come onto the hair by making sure you give your hair a really good rinse. And also I would work in sections with this. Play with the volume of powder that you're using. If you have super long hair, then maybe a tablespoon would be a more appropriate measure for each of these. Shorter hair, of course, a teaspoon. And if you find yourself making a big batch, you can always split it up so that you don't have to go through this process every time. Okay guys, so I don't know if you have heard of this, but kelp, sea kelp is absolutely amazing. It's a great source of iodine. So again, if your hair loss is due to a nutritional imbalance, particularly if it's to do with an underactive thyroid, that iodine is going to really be a massive help. And sadly, I believe largely due to our agricultural practices, our diets, and just the general toxicity of our environment, more and more people are having issues with their thyroids and with their hormones and just getting the general nutrition that the body needs to actually heal itself. So sea kelp is amazing. You can use it in your smoothies, you can use it topically as well. And much like, sea moss is super hyped for having a high nutrient profile, sea kelp is pretty much the same. It really does pack a punch when it comes to nutrition. I have done a previous video where I mentioned this, so definitely check it out. But just a fun fact about sea kelp, it grows 300 meters in a year. It can grow up to 300 meters in a year. So just think about the nutrients that are available for it to be able to do that and how it processes its nutrients to be able to grow that fast. It is insane to actually wrap your head around. And then the other ingredient that we're going to be using is a very old school traditional ingredient. Oh my goodness, girl, where is it? So this is a very old school traditional powder. Again, something that's been in my arsenal for probably 9-10 years now. And honestly, in the villages where the ladies have the longest hair in India, this is definitely one of their go-tos. I have to say, I have never really been that keen on the smell of it. Now, Ayurvedic herbs, they do have that kind of planty kind of smell anyway, but this one is just another level for me. But that said, it definitely bubbles up. It definitely is an effective cleanser. And it's wonderful to have a cleansing herb. You will again feel the strength from the very first application. But I really don't like the smell of this Aretha. I get so hyped for people who are like watching this and they're like, I'm not sure, because I know when they try it, it's just gonna be a revelation, like it was for me. I was that girl with my hair literally stuck at collarbone for 2 decades of life, and then I discover Ayurveda, and here we are. I mean, it does make a beautiful smooth paste, and again, apply it from scalp to ends. diligence in your use of this, like the hair growth will be very noteworthy, you know. Some might say extreme. But yeah, you can see the, can you see the bubbles there? Can you see the bubbles? Now you can see the bubbles right there, right? And even in the bit that fell down. Okay, beautiful. So this is literally the last ingredient. I am going to have a blog post accompanying this with all the measurements, etc. You can find them over on my blog. If you haven't done so already, definitely be sure to go over to the website and make sure you are subscribed. We do often have exclusive discount codes, etc., that go out just to our mailing list. Here are some examples, and of course we have blog posts that can cover the topics that we go through in the video, including measurements, etc., and weigh the pros and the cons for different items that you might want to use in hair care, as well as full recipes too. So definitely sign up and be the first to know if there is an offer, a sale, or dare I say it, a new release. So if you've enjoyed this video, guys, definitely give it a thumbs up. Guys, let's go back to basics. Hit subscribe, because the number of people that watch this channel regularly that do not realize or have not subscribed for whatever reason is just on average, for the average channel, is about 50%, and our channel is no different. So make sure you've subscribed and make sure you hit this video with a thumbs up, because you know what, it massively supports this content that you are receiving for absolutely free, and really does encourage, with all of the man hours that we put into producing this content, I would really appreciate it. Let me know in the comment section below if there is anything that you'd be interested in me filming next. Until next time, I bless you.